There has always been interest from the diaspora in acquiring properties in Jamaica. It has sort of been sort of like a need to have a piece of Jamaica. So when I'm finished, wherever I am, whether in the United States or the United Kingdom, I have a place where I can come back to and retire. There has always been that demand for that type of housing and residential opportunity in Jamaica, but it has sort of been heightened a little bit more now. You find that as the diaspora does increasingly well, find more and more persons being able to say, okay, I can send some money home, I can put down a deposit on a unit, and they can more and more of the diaspora can realize that dream. So you find in that the diaspora is competing a little bit with the local demand. So for instance, in all the developments that we're doing, we'll be marketing, both overseas and locally. So, we are, trying to take advantage of that dynamic. Real estate is a unique cookie, I would say, in the sense that you can have that appreciation in price, but, you can also, use the property to generate income. Either via leasing, over time. You have Airbnb now, where you can put your property on the internet and you can market it worldwide. So that is another way of how you can generate income from your property. So it's not just the appreciation in price driven by the demand. You can generate income as well. The reason why investors should participate in our revamped real estate fund is the increased focus that Barita is placing in general on real estate. So Barita has moved real estate holdings from 0% of its portfolio to now approximately 10 to 15% of its portfolio in a matter of a little over 2 years. So we are seeing value in that space. Before that, we were focusing on traditional assets, which is equities and bonds. In the last 5 or 6 years, those asset prices have been, very high. So the yields that you're getting from investing in those assets have been very low. So what we're seeing is that real estate is a way where we can, generate what we call alpha, that is, return in excess of the average, and pretty much diversify our overall investments. So we think that it would be good for retail investors to come along on that journey with us, and we think that the real estate fund is the right vehicle for that. Stocks and bonds have been the traditional investments over time. You have thousands of analysts that are watching a stock or a bond at any one point in time. So it's very difficult to look at those investments and find out something that somebody else hasn't found out. But real estate is a little bit different. People have different perspectives of a tract of land, or they have different visions as to what they can do with it. So there is that ability to generate a little bit more alpha, as we put it, in terms of you might see a piece of land that you might have this vision for it, but somebody else might see it and say, and they might have knowledge of other developments that are happening in the vicinity and say, okay, let me buy this and put it up and generate something more than what you were initially thinking. So we think that real estate, that characteristic of real estate is good to have it in a portfolio.